Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Get early access to all of our interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats with writer and comic book legend D.G. Chichester, new episodes of classic Capes and Lunatics shows, including The Quantum Zone, This, That, or the Third, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes, or go to patreon.com/CapesandLunatics. Hope to see you there.
Batman. My favorite character.
Hello, kids. Welcome back to another episode of We Are the Night, the Batman podcast. That's right, kids. We're in the middle of a long Justin run because Lilith is locked up in Arkham for the month of September. But yes, I am here. I am Phil, and like I said, Justin, the owl, is here. Ow, probably.
Swooping back into Gotham to talk about some more Bloodlines.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we need to backtrack a little bit. Yeah, and do like the first Bloodlines annual for Batman. Yeah, because this one has Bruce Wayne in it. But introduces Joe Public, who's going to show up again in the other issue tonight, Shadow of the Bat 25.
Yeah, this was the only time that the Bruce Wayne Batman fought the parasites, right?
Yeah. Yeah, because every other annual was our boy, Jean-Paul Valley. Yeah.
That's right. Now, were you collecting these when they came out initially, Phil? These annuals?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, not all of them, but I know, like, I did pick up all the Batman ones, all the Superman ones, which was in the middle of Reign of the Supermen, so you got a different Superman in each issue of those.
Which I loved.
Mm-hmm. And some of the other random ones, but yeah, I do remember that I did get all the Superman and Batman ones.
Nice. I liked those ones. I liked the Justice League ones. There were a couple of those that were really good. Yeah.
Yeah, there was a weird, what was it, Green Lantern? It was like Nightblade.
Oh, Nightblade, yeah.
Oh, was it Flash had, was it Argent? Was that
Argent.
His name?
Yeah. Who later got his own title, I think, briefly. Maybe it was a miniseries.
It might have been a miniseries. Yeah, and I think Mark Waid had him pop back up in the Flash like a couple times. Yeah. So some of them had a life out, you know.
Yeah. Few and far between.
Yeah.
But they did, yeah.
And then there was the 2-issue Aftermath, Bloodbath. Remember? We'll go into more detail on that way down the line on Electric Mullet Kids, our Superman podcast. But
yes.
Yeah, but, you know, Jean-Paul Valley did make an appearance there briefly, you know.
Very briefly. He was in like a few panels.
Facing the crowd. I think my favorite scene is Tim Drake telling Dick Grayson, oh, yeah, he's not much of a team player.
You think?
He strangled me.
Yeah.
Jean-Paul gave him the Homer Simpson. He's like, why, you little?
Why, you little?
So that chicken.
Just like at Lilith's house.
That's right.
Oh, that's the new running gag, kids. All right, I shouldn't too behind the scenes, but Lilith and I did record like the first Spider Cast and the first Batman for October already, just to give her breathing room when she gets back. But that's the new running gag. Like if I can say something, whether I'm reading one of the synopses or I'm just saying something about an issue, if it sounds like something from Lilith's life, that's like the new joke. Is I could end the sentence with just like at Lilith's house. You know, just like I'm doing
just a regular evening at Lilith's house.
Yeah, you know, it's just like, you know, it's like I'm reading a synopsis and it's like, oh yes, and he was getting beat mercilessly, just like at Lilith's house. Or they found a bunch of dead bodies, just like at Lilith's house.
They uncovered several pounds of marijuana, just like at Lilith's house.
You ain't leaving there alive with that. Yeah, play it along at home, kids. It's kind of fun. It's like that thing. What was it when they say, "Oh, you can end certain sentences with in bed," or you know, it's like
yeah, or
yeah,
like in fortune cookies and stuff. Yeah,
the devastation was measured in thousands, just like at Lilith's house. See, it's fun, kids.
So many possibilities.
All right, should we jump into these?
Yes.
All right. So, yes, like I said, we're backtracking a little bit with this first one, kids. So, Batman, this might be like the second annual, because I think, I was reading it not too long ago, I think the Man of Steel miniseries, or annual might have been the first annual, because I believe the one with John Henry Irons, because I think in the beginning of that, the aliens are actually landing, the creatures are actually landed on Earth. Yeah.
It shows them actually landing.
And then I think it goes from that to this annual. So this might be like the second annual. So. Oh,
okay.
Yeah. So no one's really familiar with these aliens yet. All right. And it would have to be, because Bruce Wayne's Batman, because all the other Batman annuals is Jean-Paul Valley. So.
Right. It had to have happened early.
All right. Batman Shadow of the Bat annual number 1 from June 1993. Joe Public. Writer, one of our favorite Bat writers, Alan Grant.
That's right.
Penciler Trevor Von Eden. Inker Dick Giordano. Colorist Adrian Roy. Letterer Tim Harkins. And editor Dennis O'Neil. A new vigilante debuts in Gotham City. Joe Public, a phys ed teacher determined to bring down local drug kingpin Happy Jack for selling ecstasy to a number of and causing the death of one of his students. So yeah, before he even gets bit, this guy's trying to be a vigilante.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Just like a one and done.
Yeah, he's trying to make a name for himself in Gotham by doing the right thing.
Despite his good intentions, he finds Batman already in the process of busting the drug lord and distracts him, allowing Happy Jack to taser Batman and escape.
Nice.
Meanwhile, Batman finds himself simultaneously occupied with a serial killer brutally goring the bodies of innocents, who, unbeknownst to him, is the alien parasite Jemir, hiding in Gotham to feed on human spinal fluids.
Yummy.
When Jemir kidnaps both Happy Jack and Joe Public to his offshore island base, where he stored a number of captives for later eating, Batman meets and teams up with Pagan to attempt to stop him. Which, do you remember Pagan? I think she only might. It was only one issue before this. It was like Batman 479 or something. But yeah, it was. She was like, I thought she was gonna be a one and done, but then she showed up here. So
yeah, I didn't remember her at all. To be honest with you, I'd completely forgotten Pagan.
Yeah, like I said, I think she was only in one issue. It might have been. I think. It probably was Alan Grant. It was like an Alan Grant fill-in on the Batman book, yeah. Mm-hmm. But 479, yeah, because she was going after all these guys who escaped justice,
Like she mentions that in this issue. The last time she ran into Batman, they have a brief reference to that.
Yeah, because like
encounter, yeah,
because a bunch of guys attacked her sister and stuff. So
right, her sister, that's what it was.
So I'm trying to remember. It's been a while since I read the issue. I think the issue they were trying to make it look like Pagan was the actual victim of the crime, but then at the end, the twist is no, it's her sister who was trying to get justice for her and stuff. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. I'll have to check that issue out. Yeah. I don't remember Pagan. Beyond this.
But that was interesting because her whole thing was like, well, what makes your crusade more holy than mine? That
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah, he teams up with Pagan to attempt to stop him. Jemir feeds on both of his kidnapped, seemingly murdering the two of them. While Batman and Pagan are trying to fight Jemir, Joe Public reawakens and finds himself with the ability to draw strength from those around him. To the other hero's surprise, Public fights Jemir himself with the strength of everyone else in the vicinity, and his super strength blows finally drive Jemir away, who decides to pursue prey in another city. All right. So thoughts, Justin?
This one was interesting. I liked it, but I thought that the ending was a little abrupt and very kind of anticlimactic. As far as Joe Public is concerned.
Yeah.
They pretty much save the entire sequence of him actually learning how his powers work and utilizing them to fight Jemir right at the end of the issue. I think it's 2 or 3 pages before the very end of the
end. He gets his powers very late in this issue.
Yeah, and he only manages to land one hit onto Jemir, who then flies away. And I don't know, I felt like that was very abrupt and very quick. Mm-hmm. And I thought that there was a lot of build-up to the description of how his powers work. I feel like that whole sequence could have been done differently and could have made more sense if it was told a different way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, it did show the effect of him kind of absorbing and siphoning off the strength of people that were in the nearby vicinity. But I don't know. It felt like it was kind of glossed over to me.
Yeah, it almost seems like Alan Grant's writing a story, and it's like, oh yeah, you have to be part of Bloodlines. It's like, okay, I'll throw this alien thing in here because I mean,
right. Yeah, it was almost like he was working on another story to introduce this Joe Public character, and then had to turn around and kind of re-angle it to include the alien predator theme.
Yeah, because I mean, you could have did a whole story with Joe Public, Batman, Joe Public, even Pagan, and like Happy Jack's drug organ. I mean, we've seen stories with Alan Grant do stories on drug dealers and stuff.
Definitely, yeah, and yeah, that whole Pagan stuff. I mean, this whole story pretty much took up the entire annual. There was no backup here, right? So,
yeah. I think most of these Bloodlines. I think it's the whole issue. I'm pretty sure. So yeah,
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's most, if not all, of the annual, which was I think 64 pages. So it seems strange to me that they would have kind of shoehorned in that explanation of his powers and him using them so briefly at the end.
Yeah.
Like that's the whole reason of this, the whole purpose of this annual really was to introduce this character and to show how he gets these powers. And it just seemed like it was done so quickly and so kind of offhandedly. It was almost like a throwaway.
I didn't even realize this. I mean, as many times I've read this, I mean, this note, unlike most other New Blood heroes from the Bloodlines crossover, Joe Public's name is never revealed. His real name is never
his real
revealed.
name.
Yeah.
Oh. That's true, yeah. He only says that he was a phys ed teacher at school. He doesn't say it was,
Whereas most of the other involved new heroes decide to don costumes after receiving their powers, Public is one of the very few who have become a costume vigilante beforehand.
Yeah. I liked that angle, too. I thought that was cool. And it made sense, too. It always made sense to me that there would be, like, fresh new vigilantes coming out of Gotham City on a regular basis. Because why wouldn't there be? You would have somebody like Batman inspiring you, and the various people that work with him inspiring you to do this. In addition to the fact that there would always be a need for an additional set of feet on the ground in Gotham to kick some butt of some villains or some gangsters or some crooks or whatever. There would always be a need for that in Gotham City. So it always made sense to me that there would be new vigilantes like Pagan or Huntress or Onyx or any of these type of characters just eventually coming out of the woodwork just randomly.
Well, yeah, too. I mean, it's hard to like copycat Superman or someone, but yeah, Batman. Everyone, you can see a lot of people thinking, "Oh yeah, I could be Batman." Yeah,
yeah, I can put on a suit and beat up people. Yeah, I can swing from a rooftop with a line attached to a batarang. Sure.
Oh, I wonder if this whole crossover began and ended in space because, yeah, Shadow of the Bat looks like the third annual. Superman Man of Steel was the second annual. I mean, if this is right, the first annual was Lobo Annual 1.
Lobo?
Yeah.
Well, that would make sense because he would be in space, right?
Yeah.
So
and then the final one looks like Legion. So that's what I'm saying. Do they head back out into space?
Yeah. But I thought that the Bloodbath... The two specials were the end.
Oh, yeah, they kind of are. But before that, I wonder if... it's so weird.
Yeah, and Legion was supposed to be in the future, right? So how...
Not Legion of Superheroes. Legion with...
Oh!
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
The one with Vril Dox.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And Lobo's also on the cover of that. So that's what I'm saying. Did they, start off-world and then end off-world and then come back for Bloodbath? I never read either one of those, but yeah, I can just imagine that. I'll rip out your spinal fluid, you bastard!
I bet that was an interesting battle, to say the least. And I bet Alan Grant wrote that one, too.
Oh, probably, yeah.
He wrote a lot of Lobo.
Oh, my Lord.
I did enjoy the art in this annual a lot.
Yeah.
There were a lot of cool full-page spreads, or almost full-page ones, like that one. Love that. It almost kind of looks like Norm Brayfogel's.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It almost seems like Trevor Von Eden was trying to, homage, Brayfogle, yeah. A
little bit, yeah. There's that great panel of Jameer flying with his latest victim.
Oh, yeah.
And it's from a rear angle. You get to see them flying through the sky at night. All of those scenes where Jameer went back to that building where he was keeping all of those people that he was eventually going to feed on, all of those were really good. Mm-hmm. And there was a few panels where Batman was flying on his bat glider. That also looked really impressive. I was quite taken aback with some of that artwork. Good stuff from Trevor Von Eden. Yeah. I had only remembered his stuff, I think, from Batman and the Outsiders from the 80s.
Oh, yeah.
So it was nice to see his artwork again. But yeah, on the whole, I liked this annual, but I was a little disappointed in the conclusion.
Yeah.
I felt like they could have chopped out maybe some of the earlier stuff. Because there were a lot of these full page spreads, so I felt like they were kind of padding some of this story a little bit. Mm-hmm. And I felt like some of those could have been taken out to extend the fight sequence at the end and give it a little bit more exposition, show a little bit more about Joe Public and his powers and what he can actually do and that type of stuff. The ending seemed way too abrupt for me.
Yeah, I wonder too. I mean, well, again, it's early in the event, so I guess we can't be taking one of these parasites out already. But especially with Joe Public, that whole thing seems abrupt.
Yeah, he just kind of walks off, and you can almost hear the piano music from the Hulk theme, the Incredible Hulk TV show, playing when he's walking away. It's like, oh God.
Yeah, kids, we're not too far from. Yes, Batman 497, because that's advertised in the inside front cover there. Mm-hmm. Batman is going where he's never gone before. Away.
Yes, away.
But no, when he disguises himself as Happy Jack's man, Batman, to get close to him, and he puts on that visor. Is that supposed to? Was that another homage to the mutants from Dark Knight Returns or whatever?
I don't know. Maybe, yeah.
I mean, he looks like it because he has a bald head and a visor. It almost looks like one of those mutant guys. Yeah, by you know who.
Your mother's a whore.
The man, the myth, the legend.
Your mother's a whore. Your mother's a whore.
Oh, battling whores.
Your mother's a whore.
Mr. Frank Miller, kids.
Brings out the best in everybody.
Especially women.
Your mother's a whore!
And if you don't like it...
Your whole family can suck it.
See, kids are like she's not even on vacation. Alright. Alright, should we get to the next issue?
Yeah.
Right.
Shadow of the Bat, number 25.
Which is interesting. You know what I find interesting? Corrosive Man is in this issue, and I believe, didn't we cover him last September, Justin?
We did, as a matter of fact, during September.
I mean, we didn't even plan that. That was just a happy accident where, we're back to our old friend, the Corrosive Man. Yeah.
I love it.
I think we were probably like, oh, yeah, he shows up next to, Shadow of the Bat or something.
Yeah. I think we actually mentioned that, too, during that episode. We talked about his next...
All right. So jump this Shadow of the Bat 25, then?
Yes.
All right. Batman Shadow of the Bat, number 25, March 1994. Joe Public, The Birth of a Hero.
The best cover, too. I love this cover.
Oh, yeah. It's the one right above our heads in the middle there, kids. Yeah,
that's right. Yeah.
Writer Alan Grant again, penciler Brett Blevins, inker John Beatty, colorist Adrian Roy, letterer Todd Klein, and editors Dennis O'Neil and Jordan B. Gorfinkel. Yes. Like we said, the Corrosive Man, who we covered last September, his first appearance, escapes from his incarceration at Star Labs, determined to get revenge on Mort Cadaver. Meanwhile, Joe Public tries to get his start as a hero in Gotham City, but finds that Batman is less than encouraging of this idea. When they hear of the Corrosive Man's escape, both men head out to find him, discovering that he plans to reach the hospital where a cadaver is being treated. However, Batman notices that Mitchell's approach to the hospital could be deadly as there is a gas tank on his way. Batman confronts Corrosive Man, and his armor can only barely survive contact with his, forcing Joe Public to painfully absorb his power until Batman can cover him with sand, neutralizing him. Once again, Batman tells Joe Public to give up being a hero, then retires to the Batcave and upgrades his costume once more.
Puts the system to work again.
That's right, as we'll see more next episode, yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, what'd you think of this one, Phil?
Interesting. I mean, Joe Public getting a more brutal reception this time,
Yeah.
I think
quite a difference from his first encounter with Batman.
Yeah, I think Bruce was kind of like, I don't know if you should be doing this. Jean Paul's like, no, get the hell out of town.
Yeah, stay out of my way. Yeah, a little bit more brusque, I guess you could say.
And is that Joe Public's rain helmet? Because he's like wearing a helmet this time.
Yeah, I couldn't figure out what that was about. Some type of weird cap. Yeah.
This is for protection, or just protect them more, or it is raining, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, because we see parts of Jean Paul's armor getting melted off.
And you can see part of his face exposed after the mask is melted away. I love that. I love that even after he made all of these major upgrades to the Batman costume, to the suit, and added all these armor and gauntlets and things, it still wasn't enough to take care of the Corrosive Man.
And it's so funny because he's like, "Who's more cadaver?" And even Joe Public's kind of like, "You don't know?
You don't know?
It's like, even I know.
You were the one that put him away. How do you not remember that?" Yeah.
Although he should kind of be like, "Are you the same guy? You're wearing a different suit."
Yeah, you look a little bit different.
Although maybe he's like, maybe he's wearing this suit to take down Corrosive Man. Who knows?
Yeah, this is his Corrosive Man armor.
But yeah, that's funny. He has Joe Public take Corrosive Man's powers. He's like, it hurts. Just hold it.
Yeah. That's what I was saying the other night.
Oh, yeah.
Kidney stones are not for the weak of heart, folks.
No. I haven't even had one, and I know I don't want one.
Yeah. I wouldn't advise it.
Yeah.
I did love how they used Joe Public's powers to defeat the Corrosive Man in this.
Mm-hmm.
Because really, I mean, I couldn't have seen. Well, Jean Paul probably would have eventually figured out a way to neutralize his powers, but I think it would have probably happened by accident.
Yeah, because he says he's like, it took a novice to save me, so yeah, it's not enough. So
yeah,
the issue ends with it's almost like a mini poster. It's a 2-page splash, right there.
Yeah, I love that. That's some great Brett Blevins artwork there.
Mm-hmm. And the suit,
so good.
Instead of the two separate eyes, we kind of just have a visor going across.
A visor, yeah.
One lens, yeah.
Yeah, and some more armor added. Yep. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, this was one of my favorite issues of the whole Knightquest. I really enjoyed the artwork, the story, the cover, of course, as I said already. The cover is just gorgeous. Yeah, and a great Alan Grant script. I mean, he created the Corrosive Man and Cadaver. Mm-hmm. So I liked the callbacks to that story. And as you know, I enjoy that story, Night People, a lot.
Yeah.
It's from that era. So it was nice to see them bring back this character. I felt like, as I said last September, I thought the Corrosive Man was a cool villain, and I wanted to see more of him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And again, the painted cover.
Yeah, so good. Yeah, we mentioned in the last episode we were talking about a poster of that, and there is one. Yeah, I looked it up on eBay. There's one that the comic shops produced at this time to get some more hype for Knightquest. Mm-hmm. And I vaguely remember having that on my wall at one point when I was 15. And loving it. I think I still have it. Somewhere.
Yeah, I remember seeing him. I don't know if it was in the comic shop or what, but yeah, I thought I remember seeing that somewhere, unless it was just the ad. Oh, I think they had it as an ad in the books, too. It's just like...
It was, yeah. It was an ad in all the DC books at this time. Yeah, like everybody didn't know already what was going on in Batman at the time. They had to pump the ads for it.
You know, it's crazy when it ends with Jean Paul punching out a naked guy.
Yeah, yeah. He goes, creep! Lays him right out.
He's like, okay, you can let him have his power back.
Call Star Labs to come clean up this mess.
And if you don't think he's crazy before that, and he's done building that armor, he's like, oh, another day without sleep. It's
yeah.
Another day. It's like, how many days have you gone without sleep?
Yeah. That definitely makes you crazy after a while.
Oh, yeah, and with the system in there.
Definitely. It's almost like he's running on autopilot, but still, even if you're running on autopilot, you still need sleep. Like, your brain still needs rest to process its daily junk. So that's another reason that Jean Paul's a little crazy.
Well, I don't know if it's just like the system is like, it takes over. It's like, okay, no weaknesses. We have to like fill in the, and then by the time it breaks its hold, it's like, he's like, it's night again.
Yeah. Time to go start all over again.
Because he's not going to take a night off.
No, and he's not going to sleep in that California King bed upstairs. We already established that. He'd rather sleep in that rickety ass little cot down in the Bat Cave with a single blanket on it.
Yeah, because they do show a couple panels of that at the end there. Yeah, it's just like everything's covered in cobwebs upstairs.
All the windows are busted out.
Mm-hmm.
There's dust everywhere. Yeah, shambles.
But yeah, I mean, it's like a quick little issue. Again, they're like, 25th anniversary issue, normal size. I'm pretty sure. Yeah,
it was a normal size one. Yeah,
it just gave us the good cover and the armor at the end. But yeah, I mean. So funny, just like anniversary issue, but it's this normal size. Modern comics would never.
Yeah. 20 nowadays we would have at least 25 different covers for this one issue.
Mm-hmm.
At least we'd have some retailer incentive variants and all kinds of blank covers and stuff like that.
I mean, they kind of try to make it look a little fancier, but I was gonna say, is this the only version of this? I'm surprised there's not like a hologram or foil or something on this cover.
Yeah, they did give it like a little silver ink.
Yeah.
On this cover, like it's a little shinier than normal.
But I'm surprised there's not foil or anything on it.
Nothing embossed. Yeah, this was during the heyday of all that stuff.
Yeah, it's 93. I'm surprised. Yeah, I'm surprised it's not.
Although,
I'm surprised it's not Bejeweled.
Right. Although we are getting a foil embossed one over in Detective Comics here pretty soon.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
When he fights the Trigger Twins. Or not the Trigger Twins.
Gunhawk.
Gunhawk.
Yeah.
I always get them mixed up. Yeah, that cover had like a foil. I think it was a foil embossed cover, if I remember right. And it was right after he made these modifications to the armor. Yeah,
I think so. Yeah, because it was like, I think it was Detective 675. They did put out like a regular. I think it was for the newsstand, like a regular cover too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we did get some special gimmick covers around this time, but I think that they were producing them a little bit more sparingly than they had the previous year.
Yeah, maybe.
Although they kind of came and went with those, because remember a year or so after this, that Troika storyline. Mm-hmm. That 4-part Troika, that had, like, I think every single issue of that had some type of embossed cover or die-cut foil thing, if I remember. And that one, too, had different versions. You had a regular newsstand version, and then you had the special cover.
But, yeah, I mean, I like it. Brett Plevin's art is pretty decent. I like the shot of Jean-Paul in the rain and stuff, swinging over.
Yeah. Yeah, he draws the effect of rain really well in this issue. It's kind of tough to get that right, but he makes it look really good in this.
Yeah, like especially in the dark and stuff, yeah.
Where it's just like constantly driving rain. Like it gives you the impression that it would be really miserable being in the city at this point in time. More miserable than usual.
I know, it's like pouring down rain. Meanwhile, Jean Paul's probably burning, every time he touches the Corrosive Man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that's the thing. He's like, I got to stop him. He's headed for the hospital. He's going to,
Yeah, he wants to get Mort Cadaver. I love that the Corrosive Man still has this. It's been years now since his first appearance, but he's still got this obsession with Mort Cadaver.
Well, if this happened to you, you might too.
Yeah, absolutely. I like how they describe his, in the beginning, his little inner monologue. He goes, imagine fire ants underneath your skin, stinging without stop. Imagine molten plastic injected in your eyes, or battery acid flushing through your bloodstream. That's what it's like to be the Corrosive Man.
Yeah, because he's sitting in that. Is this Star Labs where he has to sit in that room under that
like spray, that
chemical shower? Yeah, keeps his powers under control. But yeah, once he crushes that, yep, he's out the door. His powers kick right back in.
You would think that some scientist within Star Labs would have been tasked with the project of curing his condition, because it seems to me like the financial drain of keeping him in that special containment cell with that spray going 24/7 over him, would be rather severe after a number of years. And I would think, let's just work on curing this guy.
I mean, maybe they're trying, but yeah, I mean, if you have this spray, I mean, isn't there something they can put on his body a couple times a day that would cure this? I don't know.
Some type of treatment, yeah.
Guess not. Because it's weird. I'm trying to remember if and when he comes back, because it was like, was it like Silver Age? I mean, you had Dr. Phosphorus, and then they kind of did a return to him in like the 2000s. So I think Corrosive Man kind of got shuffled to the side there once Dr. Phosphorus came back.
I think you're right. Yeah, Dr. Phosphorus was used really well in the Starman series in the late 90s. Yeah, and some other stuff. Yeah. So I think you're right. I think that they were just so close to the same character that they didn't really want to use him much. He did appear once more after this and I didn't read it, but I looked it up. Gotham Knights number 33 from 2002.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say, I know he returned, yeah.
And, let's see. It doesn't
really
I read say much about it, but that was his next appearance, I guess, after this was 2002. And as far as I know, that was it. After that, there was no more.
Yeah, he's a guy who doesn't make a ton of appearances, so.
Which is a bit of a shame, I'll admit. I like the character. I like the villain. I think he's really cool. He's a really cool Batman villain, I think.
Yeah, he's like a force of nature, you know. It's not just somebody you can like punch out and go home.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll have to check out that Gotham Knights number 33 and see what the Corrosive Man gets up to in that. It looks like this is Bane is kind of center stage of this one.
Oh no, that Gotham Knights is a pretty good series. I know at one point is that Roger Robinson who was on Azrael for a while. That's some of those issues and
okay,
yeah,
nice.
Yeah, they had some decent artists on there. Yeah, it was like right after No Man's Land.
Yeah, this is writer Scott Beatty, penciler Mike Collins, and inker Bill Sienkiewicz. Very cool.
Yeah, because Beatty took over, because Devin Grayson did the first at least a year. It might have been closer to 2 years or something. But yeah, and then Scott Beatty took over. Yeah, it kind of took the place of Shadow of the Bat after No Man's Land.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, I'll have to check that out. I didn't read any of that Gotham Knights series. I'll have to go back and check it out for sure.
Yeah, there's a Hugo Strange story that's quite humorous in there.
Oh, nice. Good old Hugo. He's always good for a laugh.
All right. All right. Anything else, Justin?
No, I think we covered pretty much everything in this issue. It was a short and sweet little story.
Heck yeah. Great
script, great artwork, beautiful cover, and it set us up great for what's going to happen next.
Yeah, and we got, again, our yearly talk on the Corrosive Man.
Yeah. Maybe next September we'll talk about that Gotham Knights issue.
Oh, yeah. We should just for
keep the theme going.
We should just for the hell of it, even if Will's not on vacation, just be like, we got to talk Corrosive Man.
That'd be great.
All right, kids. So, yes, next episode, Justin's back, and we're going to talk Batman Annual 17, which is backtracking a little again, but it'll be Jean-Paul Valley, and Batman 506 and 507, featuring, who's it, Ballistic?
Ballistic, yeah, another member of the New Blood.
Yeah.
Yeah, that will be our last New Blood Annual.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. So we'll do his first appearance and then his return, just like we did this week. And then in 2 weeks, hey, what the hell's Bruce Wayne been up to? Yeah, we're going to get back to the search. Batman Legends of the Dark Knight 59 through 61. We're going to resolve Dr. Plot Resolver here.
Yes, the search concludes.
Mm-hmm.
Knightquest the search.
And then September ends with Batman Shadow of the Bat 26 and 27, featuring Clayface 3 and 4.
And Baby Clayface.
Yes. And Justin's favorite, Clayface Preston Payne.
That's right. I love Preston Payne.
Which again will work quite well with when Lilith returns in October, and we the first 2 episodes in October we're going to be talking the Clayfaces.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. I can't wait to hear you guys talk about
Yes.
all the different ones over the years. Yeah,
and then the third week of October for episode 150, Lilith and I are going to cover Batman: Mask of the Phantasm.